Now I hand over the session to Aarti, Professor, Department of Computer Science. Will continue the session. She will introduce the chief guest, and after that the program will go.
Good afternoon. I welcome you all for the third day of the national level FDP on artificial intelligence and cloud services. Today we have an excellent speaker, Dr. Ajit Singh, who is working as the assistant professor in the Department of Computer Science, Southeast Manipur College, Government of Manipur. He has vast experience in cloud computing, NLP, machine learning, and Internet of Things. He has published several papers in referred journals and conferences. He's a member and reviewer in many journals. He's a member in Indian Science Congress. He is also the coordinator of the Star College Scheme, Department of Biotechnology, Ministry of Science and Technology 2020. He has acted as the resource person in many workshops and seminars, and he was awarded as the Young Scientist in the 12th International Scientist Awards on Engineering, Science and Medicine during the year 2020 at Visakhapatnam. He has also received the Chief Minister's Award for the Good Governance 2021 to 2022 in the project Overhauling of Higher Education Institutions with Impactful Outcomes in Empowering Girl Students Through Physical Fitness, Health and Hygiene Management. He's also been deputed in special duty at the Directorate of University and Higher Education, Government of Manipur. He's also a state nodal officer of the All India Survey of Higher Education and CM Dashboard. Sir, on behalf of our institution, it's my privilege to welcome you for this FDP. I now request Dr. Ajit Singh, sir, to take over the session.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir.
First of all, I thank you to the Sri Ramakrishna College of Arts and Science for inviting me uh, with a part of this faculty development program. And, and I also like to thank my guide, my mentor, Dr. M. Hemalata, who has been guiding me during my research time at Karbagam University. Due to her blessing, today I am here and I finished my PhD and now working in my state. So I'm very thankful to her, and again inviting me on this special day. I will like to share my PPT now. Is the PPT visible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, the topic given to me is NLP and cloud computing. And I been a part of the college, and now I am also deputed in the directorate office also. So for some months I've been far away from the teaching part, but still continuing my work on this area also. As I am speaking, uh, the main theme is AI, but we are trying to bring this cloud computing, which was also one of my research area. We are trying to combine the AI technology, which is with us for a long time, but it has been recently coming to useful to all of us. The main purpose why it was not like, in our time, in my graduation time, master time, we were not much focused on this AI. But it was a part of the syllabus. But now it has gained very popularity, and the reason behind it is that since so many websites, social media, then microblogging website is on the web platform, and due to that, every day lots of data is generated, and this data has become a powerful kinds of currency in this internet world. And as more data is created and developed and we are storing all those things. So processing all those data is quite important right now because many of the decisions are now taken based on this data. So during my time, our research time, I believe in 2013 or 12, that time itself, there was some about this data value. And in that time, in one of the conference, I have mentioned that uh, the more value than the goal and the bank balance will be the data, because that time the person who will be handling, who will be having this data will become the most rich person in this world. So now almost 10 years, 1 decade is over, and it's the word which I have mentioned is coming true now. NLP, as is mentioned, is if we combine this natural language processing, which we like, if we say it's like, it's to study, is to make a computer to be like a human, like human being. So and it will be an interaction between the human language and the computers. And the main gain of this NLP is based on the machine translation, information extraction or retrieval, summarization, and any other like question answering and like that. With this uh, growth of usage of internet and the mobile device and smartphone, when I started my cloud computing research in 2011, it was very new, and very few was there who was doing research on those area, and very few in India and a little more in other foreign countries. But from that day until today, it's totally changed, and many people are, most of the people, as we can say, are now a part of this cloud computing service they were using. So cloud computing basically means that one day the computing services will be in our hand in like a utility, or we can say like we are taking electricity as a connection or water as a connection, like that the computing also will be coming as a connection. And it is also in our market right now with the Geo fiber or Airtel broadband or any kinds of broadband services, we are able to use all these computing services, or we can say internet in the any smart TV. Now we are able to use YouTube, Netflix, even browse in the Google, or even use a Facebook in the TV itself. Yes, the TV or the smart TV must not have the full computing resources, but we are using all internet services through this TV by using this latest technology like this 3G, 4G, 5G, like that. So with this NLP and cloud, the topic is how can we combine this NLP with the cloud? And as per my recent work and research and survey, is very few. So let's see on those things. And NLP, if we say, is a very big, and even the cloud computing also very big. So and even big data are one of the, these three are one of the domain which are now very challenge and potential, and all the companies and the educations are also focusing on this area. So NLP is a part of the AI and data science, which mainly deals with the speech and text processing technology. If we say like the way now I am speaking is also the part of the NLP, where we can convert our speech into a text process also. And the main purpose of is that to make it an automatic analysis of how human peoples are speaking. As I mentioned, NLP is to bring like automatic summarization, part of speech tagging, then sentiment analysis, and any other, then again speech recognition also. The more focus is, and up to now what NLP has done is that more on the morphological and the synthetic analysis. And there are services which can be used, the NLP services which can be combined to cloud, and it can be carried out as a software as a service in the cloud computing. And I believe we all know what is cloud computing is like. We are trying to access, we are accessing the big demand of network access to a shared pool of configurable computing resource. In simple word is that we are trying to access the computing resources through the internet by using of different technology like virtualization, grid computing, and web services. Cloud computing in the other sense is will be more flexible, where non-IT people also able to access the demand of their computing through through this process, and which is also very low cost and based on the on-demand computing infrastructure, where you don't need to buy it or own it, or you just need to subscribe it, like while we use Netflix or Amazon Prime like that. Bigger picture is that NLP analyses are becoming very popular among the researcher, among the politician, among the scientists all. And because the topics on NLP are numerous, there are unlimited topics where we can use NLP for the betterment of the society, for individual, for the community, for any brand. And however, as I mentioned, there are only few which are still available because NLP is a different kind where we cannot uh, do the same thing with other services also. Some of the example which is available with the big company are Amazon, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud Natural Languages. Whereas Amazon comprehend, as we all know, as AWS, they have a platform where we can extract the phrases and identify the language in a given text. And Microsoft Azure has also the analytical API where they can be used. And for the cloud, for the Google, they have the entity extraction, sentiment analysis, syntax analysis, and categorization. And mainly they are using on their Google, means their own company only. Another third-party company, third-party which they are processing is like Moki-Learn and some other thing. They have their own API where we can use as a part of the NLP. So if we see what NLP is giving us and what cloud computing is giving us, that NLP is a purely programming part, where all this part of space taking.
Sir, sorry for the interruption.
No.
Sir, only the first slide is visible, sir.
First
slide is not moving.
Okay, just a minute.
No, you have to share the slideshow. I think.
One minute.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
one.
Is visible now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This one is visible. Yes,
I
sir.
mean,
Yes.
natural language processing. We are in the same page?
Natural language processing. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Yes, sir. It's moving, sir.
Thank you. Okay, so AI and linguistic. So if we say linguistic is totally part of the art subject, where they deal with the human languages, maybe English, Tamil, Manipuri, Hindi, or whatever, Russian, or whatever it is. So that NLP was developed so that the user, we can communicate in a natural language with the computer. We want that the computer should also understand how we are speaking instead of that 0 and 1. Since uh, all the users, means computer users, are not machine specific language, the NLP comes in between, which they can convert the languages to the computer. The languages, if we say like in English, I am happy, it may not be like that. It may be like some symbols which they represent some text or like that. Or it may be something like sign language also. So NLP, as they divided into natural language processing, NLU, and another is natural language generation. So as the main theme of FDP is AI, artificial intelligence, and why artificial intelligence is becoming popular is that a simple definition is a computer performing tasks that a human can do. So we are trying to create our own vision in a computer way. And apart from that, NLP is coming under AI, and it's almost divided into different levels like morphology, lexicon, syntax, semantics, phonology, discourse, and primitives. And in this session, I won't be going much further on this NLP things like that, but as a normal talk, we will be talking because this all takes most of the time, but we will do. Now, let's say if I want to start a NLP works, I want to do NLP, then what should be our main question? Main thing is that we should have a question in mind, how to start. And when we have a question in mind, then there is so many process where we can use in NLP. And main NLP deals with the text data. And again, what is NLP is that we are trying to find a meaningful information from the random text, not from the any regular text. So we have English language, we have a Tamil language, we have our own language, Meiteilon and more Manipuri language, and we have a Python language. So among these four, if I ask a question, which one is natural language, then the first three, except the Python, is not a language, it's a computer programming language. So NLP, where we can apply, it can be applied in any implementation or implementation part, and the range of application is very huge. We have numerous points of application where you can use NLP. And the main purpose, as I mentioned before, is about the information retrieval and the summarization. And for example, let's assume we are dealing with this sentiment analysis, and we are here with the three perfume. One is lavender, one is rose, and one is lemon. So when we take a review from the user that, okay, tell me about the perfume, the lavender, which is in our shop. So one is telling, it smell amazing, a perfect purchase. One is saying must buy and super amazing. And one is quite satisfactory. Now the people are not giving review in a paragraph or something like this, just like some emoticons and some 2-3 words, like maximum one around 10 to 15 combination of word or sentence they are giving. So again, in the second perfume, when we take the review, one is telling it's a decent purchase, okay, quite okay, then smell average, could have been better in low terms. And another one is lemon, which is saying it's an absolute waste of money and is a total waste of money. And another is saying it's a terrible smell and not worth it. By seeing as a human, we can understand that the first lavender is a good one. So obviously we have this positive review when we analyze it. And again, in the rose, if we say based on the review, as a human being, we can understand that, okay, they don't like the rose. It's all neutral, not good, not bad, like that. and another one lemon so is selling is negative. They don't like it. So if online portal shopping portal is selling this perfume, and based on the review, then they can see that the first one, the lavender one, is more positive, and people are buying. So obviously they will increase the price. And based on another this rose and lemon, then they can, they have to sell the product, so they will be offering some discount, or maybe changing some some pricing like that, so that the sale must continue. And you might also seen that during the Christmas time or the Puja festival, the cost price of the ticket price of flight normally increases. Because why? Because the demand is very high, and the demand also depend on from where it's going. So they are using kind of this review thing to understand all those things. So some of the cases where we can apply sentiment analysis is that like social media monitoring for brand management. For example, a company or can gather all the tweets from the Twitter, where they take based on their brand, or may say, let's say like the Amazon part, and based on that they can analyze how people are reacting with the brand like that. And product and services like that. I believe that everyone is using Mintra or Amazon or something like that. So when we see, we usually go to the review part, how the product was sold, and how what is the people feedback like that. So based on that, we can say, okay, this product is very good or bad like that. And another interesting part is the stock price prediction. Now many people are invested in the stock market, and one cannot one cannot learn the stock market very easily. So there is some API or some tools where people are learning, people are making application where they can see that a product means a product which a company where they want to uh, buy in the stock market, let's say like Bank Nifty or like Tata Steel like that. So if they collect the news headlines from or article from different website, and they review how these things are going on. So I also been a part of the stock market very few bags, and during that time I used to watch TV news in the late night and the early morning, where I assume that okay, today this company price will be increased or the sale will be high. So that time we used to watch in the TV and understand all those things. But by using this sentiment analysis thing, we can easily get the headlines from all the articles, and we can make it sentiment thing like positive or negative. Then based on that, you can invest on those stock prices. So I will show you this one. Let's see in the end of the thing. So we have some link which they have done some Twitter sentiment analysis and some use of library like that. Let's see on the last after the slide. And cloud computing is a term which has been buzzing for many years, and still it's not very complete, we can say, because the model or the services which they are giving may not be feasible to everyone. And in the cloud, simple is that when we go to the lab, we are using the resources from the server. So same thing, we are getting the demand of the resource from the cloud provider. Let's say if a person wants to start an IT company or any other company, let's say some banking company, and he need to process 10 computers, and he doesn't know that whether the business will go or not. So instead of investing on huge amount on this computer infrastructure. He can use the Amazon things with infrastructure as a service, and where he can deploy different kind of server which is needed for their company to run, and he has to pay on demand. And as we all know that cloud computing is like pay per use. Like if you want to use, you pay that amount. If you pay for 1 hour, you can use for 1 hour only. So based on that, the billing will come. And cloud computing are giving services in main three domain as per the before, like SaaS, software as a service, and platform as a service, and infrastructure as a service. So if I just slightly, I will go there. Software as a service, like we don't need to develop any kinds of software. So they will be developing like Salesforce like that. So once they design based on our needed, they will be giving us the access to that software. So we don't buy it, we don't own it, we just use it. And we don't have to worry about its maintenance part and everything like that. And in the platform as service, like you want to access kinds of different resources, and you want to on that above that you want to install different kind of OS. So they are giving you a system with the all uh, installation part, and after that based on that you can use it. And the last part as a infrastructure as a service is they are giving you all the computing resource like network, then hard drive, RAM, based on your need that they are giving. And it's very highly scalable, and it's based on the customer point that how we use. And Amazon is not the only one who is providing, so we have a Google and others also, and other Rackspace also. We have so many things are giving now. So I will skip this part. So advantage is that the cost is reduced. Mainly the cost will be reducing while you are using cloud computing. Expenditure, the unnecessary expenditure will be lost. And again, maintenance of the computer is one of the difficult part, because we have to update the OS, we have to update the software, you have to take care of the antivirus, you have to take care of the data security, and all those things you have to take care. And so you need a people who can do all those things, and hiring those people and keeping all this is very cost effective, very highly expenditure to a small company, or maybe some up to some medium company also. So they usually don't hire this thing, so they just outsource and they take the services from the provider. So it improves the automation. So it is not on your premises, so it is distributed, so you can access anywhere. Again, it's a flexibility where if you need more capacity to run, then you can use it. You want to transfer the workload to some other, then you can do it. And we have different type of, I think it is the next page, and we have sustainability where uh, the poor mainly when in an organization, if the architecture of the computer network is poor, then there is you know data loss and what to say, kinds of data cyber attack also possible now. And cloud computing, which apart from the services, we have a different model. We have public cloud. So for example, it's like Facebook, then Google is one of the public cloud where we can access. Then community cloud is like a group, like educations, like a hospital, then like healthcare. So a group of organizations can combine and make a community cloud. And private cloud is like, mostly banks are using the private cloud where they need to keep the data safe. And but establishing a private cloud is also another headache part, because you need all the resources like that, and you need a good speed of internet, you need a good space, then electricity should be you should have 24/7 without any interruption. Then high-tech people should be there, not only networking part, software part, all those things is there. Another we have is the hybrid cloud. Like, you want the data to be on your premises, then you can use the technology and keep in in your premises, in your building. And the thing which you don't need that this should be uh, it can be given to the public, that can be hosted in a public site. So you can divide those things and put in the hybrid cloud. So some of the example of public cloud is EC2, S3, Google App Engine, and Force.com. Community cloud I already mentioned. Private cloud also we already mentioned. And private cloud mainly now those lab which are doing some research, all those things, private cloud is very much good. And in this cloud hostess, some of the NLP services are already running now. And why NLP service require cloud is that they are going to deal with the big size of data, and to process all those things, normal server is not enough. So they need a cloud server where they can finish the work like that. Even once I have run one uh, classification algorithm, and almost my laptop become freeze the laptop because the data was too much high. So during that time, we need to use the cloud server. So some of the cloud-based NLP technology which they have is now Get Cloud. It's an NLP service and subscription like that we have given. Then MNT Analytics, then Google Cloud, then NLP Cloud. They are all having the kind of this service, and some of them are free and most of them are also paid also. NLP, when I was introduced to NLP, is one of the very exciting field because something which can be done very easily. Not easily, we can say, in our own space. When I finished my cloud computing research and completed the PhD, I thought of I continue my research on those cloud, and it become a difficult part also because when we run simulation in cloud using the cloud sim or any other thing, it become a very limited thing. We cannot expand it more. And if we want to see, then we should have a physical cloud also. And physical cloud doesn't come in our budget also. It has to be very huge, more than 3-4 server with high end, which costs around 10 to 20 lakhs more than that one. And not only that, we need different kinds of people who can make this thing happen. One has to be good in the operating system, Linux part, then networking part, and then all those things is very much required. And one of my students who completed MTech and has gone to UK for the PhD research, when she called me up and she mentioned that I helped her in her MTech research where she did in cloud computing using the resource allocation. And when she mentioned that how it is done in their university, he told that it's totally different. Like they have to take out the server or the physical part of the computer, and they have to plug and play in everywhere. So it's not like what we are doing in the simulation or like in Amazon part. So if we want to do more research, then we need those kind of lab facility in our university or college so that it can be done. So from that I little bit moved to the NLP where we can do more project on this NLP area. And how much we do in cloud, we won't be able to compare or compete with those part also. So as mentioned, NLP was morely started in 1950 part. So it was a rule based. Then In 90, we have state statistical approaches become popular, where at that time machine learning also a process started. And in 1990, where World Wide Web comes along, that time only the uh, NLP was little how somehow started. And now from 2010 onwards, we are going morely. So if we have heard about the Amazon Alexa or Grammarly, which we usually use, and the Google Translation, these are the part of the NLP which we already know. Why I focus more on NLP is that the project or the research which we can done is so many easier that we can do in the NLP. Like last year, I did sentiment analysis on the traffic condition, which was published in IEEE. And another right now I am doing on is tourism data. And by using the NLP, we can do real world project, real world issue where we can solve. And if you have done, if is there any student, then if they have done any NLP in their project, then when they apply for the job, then there are more chances that who has not done it. If you have done NLP, then there are more chances. So here I like to uh, discuss some of the NLP, mainly focus on sentiment analysis part for the project. So sentiment analysis for the marketing part. So like if you are selling some product in the online market, then we can take a review from the customer feedback or opinion. Then based on that, we can discover that how my product is going on, and if it is not going, or if the people doesn't like, then you can do it better way so that people will like it, or you can increase them this one, what is the price or like that. Toxic comment classification. We are all in the social media where we use we insult and abuse unknown person without thinking, and we even sometimes abuse to organization or some political figure or some celebrity part also. So based on that, we can take what to say comments classification, and we can do sentiment analysis on that part. And these are some of the project which was available in Kaggle challenge, and this is a good resource for that also. There is a good resource of NLP or sentiment analysis or project in Kaggle also. Language identification, which is already there in Google Chrome and other browser, where when there is unknown language is pop up, or any website, other foreign website which they are using their country language, then we can detect, and we can convert into English also. So like in Facebook, we can use fast text. These are some API which we can be used for language identification. Another question, which if we are a programmer, then Stack Overflow is one of the website where we used to go and search for the questions for any query regarding our programming part, and it's one of the good platform. But many times we ask the same question to the this Stack Overflow platform, and we didn't we get the answer also. So instead of asking many questions, we can see whether the question which we are going to is already answered or not. If it is answered, then automatically the Stack Overflow will tell that this question is already answered, so you can check the reference one. You might have also observed when you are using this one. So to create text summarizer, it's like when we are writing a research paper, and the abstract part is the actual summary part of our research work. So it would be a very lazy part to use this, but sometimes it's very useful when you have a 1 or 2 pages of content, and you need only half of the pages to be put as a summary for the any program like that. So we can create a text summarizer where this NLP will be extract only the shorter version of that uh, content. Document similarity is like which I told you about the stock overflow is almost the same like only. And the paraphrase detection task is like whether the text which we have is having the same meaning or not, like machine translation or plagiarism detection like that. So we can develop something like that also. And another, this one actually I found out yesterday only, generating research paper titles. Every day many researchers are working in this area where the title becomes a difficult part, so that it should be a unique way. So, and to make it a paper title which is different from everyone, we can use this kind of NLP techniques where one of the project was they collected 2000 article title from the ARXIB, the website. From that, they are target the titles, and based on that titles, they are using they are giving you another paper title for you. And okay, translate and summarize news. Like you have a news platform where they are giving news in their all local language, and you want to convert into English, then you can do that one. This is we have something where the newspaper 3K, they used to collect from any news website and will convert into English. Head speech detection model. This is something like that comment part where if someone is saying bad things about some figures or some nationality or some religion or some races like that, then we can download all those things. And based on that, we can put a model whether the speech given is positive or negative like that. Next word prediction model is that when we use any smartphone, uh, any device, any what to say, word tool, text tool like that, then automatically, if we even in the Google Gmail also, if you say I hereby attach an email, then automatically Google Mail will give you the another prediction word like that. So only the Google is using this text word prediction model. And we can review the sentiment analysis of this one movie review also, whether the movie was good or not. So many times after the movie is released, then next day we can see that the movie was not good and bad like that. It's not that the people are saying physically, but they are giving a review in the movie platform like IDMB or Amazon Prime or something like that. So based on that, they analyze this and tell you that the movie was good or not. And another interesting area is that WhatsApp group chat analysis. In this NLP, in this programming part where many people are creating this WhatsApp group, and we used to analyze whether this group is good or not. So we can apply this NLP thing, and you can learn whether the group is a friendship group, or some groups are there where they create nonsense articles like that, nonsense group like that. So we can avoid all those things. personal voice assistant, where now we use Google Assistant, then Alexa or Cortana or Siri, like that. We can design voice assistant software by using our local language also. Automated keyword extraction, where in a group of the contents where the important keyword can be extracted. And chatbot system, where now most of the website they will be having this or normally we say AI chatbox, where chatbot, where they install all this, and we will be submitting different kinds of questions with the answer. And if any user are entering to our website and need to know about any information, then they can type and answer all those things. And it will be like, no need for the human interface, or automatically the chatbot will be answering these things. So before that, I will just go with the I'll be sharing another screen, 1 minute. This is a sentiment analysis using the Python and the NLTK. You see, NLTK is one of the toolkit for the natural languages, which is a good for using. And it has so many library also. And so here, if we want to do any sentiment analysis, then first we need to install the NLTK, then we need to install the NumPy, so mainly for the numeric part, then pandas for the presentation, then scikit-learn also. So then we import all these things, and this one is the better, where we can define the positive, negative, like that, the lexicon, this one. So by importing all those file, and then most of the files should be on the TSV or CSV format. And these are some of the code, and based on this is they have this one important, and here you can see the level based on this text. This is telling that this is a positive and this is a negative comment, like that. Another one I will be sharing, 1 minute. Just 1 minute. So this is another example where we can use EDA, as known as exploratory data analysis on text data. And EDA is one of the important in the sentiment analysis or NLP part, where we can, you know, understand how people are reacting and to give a visualizations on how we are done. So I'm just showing you, not for much explanation. And here you can see how many counts are there, what count and character count, like this we are using. And these are the graphical part. And here we do post tagging, parts of speech tagging, which is very important. So like when we use NLP and we have like programming part, and if we want to develop in NLP, then one should be good in the programming, and which will be dealing with the data and NLP. And for that, we have pandas, sklearn, NLTK, TextBlob, GenSim, and etc. And with that NLP also, we need to have some normal qualification related to maths or maths and statistics. Then by using those domain, we will be using the corpus, then document term matrix, then word count, then we have like uh, text generation, like that. And another is a communication part, where it is mainly for the design domain, where we have a scope of visualization, then extract insight and expertise. So for for the success of NLP, these three things are also required. And how can we start is, how can we start a NLP work is that we should have a question in our mind. Like, let's say, uh, in my community or in my area, or you can say in my school or in my colleges, how many students are having knowledge of cybersecurity? So how much people are aware of this cybersecurity part? So we should have one question. Then we may have another question: how our society is affected with this plastic thing, like that. So we can start with a question to start the NLP project. Otherwise, we cannot do. And yes, we have so many data set which is available in the website. We can use those things. But those data set are already used by many people, and by running those through those data, we cannot come to any other conclusion. So doing NLP work, I prefer to go on small thing where the big peoples are not looking on. Like Google Translation, they are now focusing on only language conversion, but still there is so many error in that. Completely is not successful. So for that, we can focus on those area. Then there are so many product available where which is not available in the Amazon also, or you can see a local food which is very popular in our area, can be analyzes how the things are done. Or like we can see how many IT educated peoples are around in the district, like that. So we should have some kinds of a question where we can start to do the work. So first, once we get the data, so one of the most data where we can get is Twitter and some this social media site, where you can scrape from the Twitter, you can scrape from the Facebook also, and from those data you can do. There may be some limited based on your keyword, and scraping is also a very difficult, not easy part also, because many, even the Facebook is not allowing to scrape the data from their website. So once we get the data, I prefer more on Twitter, but use of Twitter is very not very common in our country in India, but others we can see it. But still, now is very now common, so we can download kinds of Twitter data from this site. Another source, if you are looking for uh, what to say, movie review, then you can go to Amazon Prime or Netflix or something like that. From there also we can download those data. Then we have TripAdvisor, where now I have around 25,000 data which I downloaded from a specific state to review the tourism, to analyze the tourism analysis. So you can use those website platform where they have so many review part. Once if you have the review part in their website, then you can easily download those. So our question should be the first priority. Then second, we need the data to be ready and it should be clean, because many times the data are not very clean. They have so many, punctuation, then numbers, and some may be written in the local language also. And once we clean the data, then we should perform the exploratory data analysis. From there, sometimes we can understand uh, how this data is defined and how this data is constructed. Then after that, we can apply different kinds of technique. Then we can do feature extraction. Then once we've done the feature extraction, then we can see how the things are done. Then we can apply kinds of different algorithm. So a simple project which we can do is that, the simple question if I want to mention is that, if I study more, will I get a higher grade? It's a simple text. So the thing is that, if a student is studying more, will he get a nice percentage or grade like that? So for based on this data, we can see how the students are performing, and based on those things, this is one of the example. So and so we have a question. We have now data gathering, then we have data cleaning. So in between that data gathering part, where we can use web scraping tools like Request, then Beautiful Soap. This all we can use. It's all Python programming part. Yeah, if I don't mention, it's all Python thing, and we can easily use this. So the Request API, we can request the HTTP request and get information from a website. And in a Beautiful Soap, we can take those data as a HTML part and download the part of the website. So we can, whatever, if there is a paragraph or text from that website, then the things which we needed, we need to put in those software, that when you scroll on this website, I want the paragraph part only, then it will be downloaded and it will be saved in our this one program. So data cleaning in another sense is very important. If the data is not very clean, then we cannot get the exact format for analyzing thing. So and for different data of analysis require corpus, then document term matrix. That corpus is known as is just for a collection of text only, and collection of text only. And for document term matrix, it will be removing the excess data, like what is it, comma, semicolon, then like that they will be removing. Then after that, we have a tokenization also, where we will be removing the is or like that. So once we remove all those things, then we can apply the program and do the classification. Okay, we will just, I see two, Madam Sudha has raised a question. Is there any question you want to ask? So in the end, like, if we want to run on all this NLP and AI part, we need a good computing resources. Otherwise, sometimes the data is not able to process, and for that, cloud computing is the better one only. And with that, we can use the NLP as a service, where we can design different algorithm for achieving all those things. And uh, if we do sentiment analysis on the product, that same thing is not uh, common to the Twitter part also. So the algorithm may be the same, but the process sometimes is all different. So when we want to do NLP, then it's always a new way of doing with different types of data, and the data becomes the crucial part of the that project. So if we want to do, then we collect the most beautiful data. Then based on the data, then different kinds of research work, or different kinds of paper, research paper can be written, and it will be grateful also. And another one which we can do is, so NLP when give as a platform as service provider, so it will be for the easier administration, and it will be for automatic update and patch management and compatibility, more comfortable users and easier collaboration and global accessibility by the being designed as a software as a service. So the motivation for the NLP platform as a service come from the real world problem of sharing the produced NLP resources by different people from the varying level of computer background, starting from the student or researcher up to people from other fields such as linguistic. So mainly NLP was mainly used by the linguistic people only, and one has to be good in the linguistic and the computing part. Either we can do some collaboration also. Anybody from any discipline may easily use a web interface to analyze language data or construct more complicated NLP system. And if we say in the cloud computing context, then developing an NLP as a platform service require consideration of the following requirement. And some of the requirement is the straightforward deployment and sharing of NLP pipelines. So how can we achieve this is that being an NLP developer, being an NLP application developed on a normal desktop machine, which can be run without any adaptation on a pass. So the further developer also need to be able to share the NLP pipeline easily as SaaS. Then only it will be accessible. And as I mentioned before that, uh, this NLP service is going to be different for each product or domain like that. So as I mentioned, developer need to be able to share the NLP application through the as a SaaS provider, where it will be on-demand scalability, then it will be a robustness, then it should be efficient upload, then storage and sharing of large corpus. An NLP platform as service need to provide user with a safe and efficient way to bulk upload, because as mentioned, the data are very uh, the data is not of small size. And sometimes when the data is very big, you need to move by batch wise, not as a full. So from the last data set. So moreover, user need to share the big text corpora between different NLP pipeline running on the platform service, both for the service bundle with the NLP and the service generated by the developer also. Uh, so in between that, there should be, load balancing things also. Otherwise, the server will be down. So we have to determine how many of virtual machine also will be needed to run those NLP application. And for that kinds of collection of document to be processed, and for starting up the new virtual machines on demand also. Hello, my network was little down.
Sir, the slide is also not moving, sir.
Yeah, I am not using the slide.
Okay, sir.
So actually, my slide is almost over. So I'm just telling those things. So some of the hosted NLP service which we have mentioned. So many NLP applications demand some necessary linguistic processing. So linguistic is fully different thing where we need to understand different languages, maybe any languages, English, Hindi, or whatever. So based on linguistic processing, we have tokenization, part of speech tagging, name entity recognition, classification, and then synthetic parsing, conference resolution, among other applications, then to carry out the complex tasks. Generally, if we say NLP, annotation must be accurate and efficient and possible. And there was time, we have to manually build this. If, for example, in sentiment analysis, if we say we sometimes have to manually take those uh, sentences as a positive or negative, then only we can train them. And this the tools which is available in scikit-learn or LLTK and text blob like that. Uh, Most of the things are manually take. That means they will collect all the reviews. Let's say we have a 50,000 of data and 50,000 of what to say, one sentence we can say. So every sentence physically a human people will text that sentence as a positive, negative, or like that. Then they will upload it, they will train it, and after training only when we insert some other text, that time only they will say that okay, this is positive and negative. Because NLP is a it fully cannot be machine also. We need to do some physically part also, and we need to give on training. Then only once the training is done, then future extension is done, then only we can apply on the testing set also. So NLP suits and tools usually require lots of research work and to come to perform these complex compilation, then installation, then configuration processes also. And in the same time, many small and medium enterprises are currently offering service at the industry that rely on the NLP annotation to one or another. And there are, group of organizations where, you can submit this data to them, and they will, they will manually annotate for you how you want it. Then they will give to you. After that, we can convert into a language models. So AI is basically, is not going to learn by himself. So we are going to teach the computer that, okay, if someone is saying uh, this sentence, then you have to say whether this is good or not. So there is one particular sentence which I am very interested is that I am doing good even though it's very bad. Means I am doing good even though it is very bad. So I am saying in the first sentence is the first line I am saying that I am very good, and in the next sentence I am very bad like that. So both the sentence contain the positive and negative word, but what I mean is that I am doing very well. So like this sentence are there which is not, if we submit to the programming, then they will say it's a negative word. And many words are also there like um, which is very common, though those what also we need to annotate that these are the common feature like that. So if we take NLP project in a small base, then it will be a good advantage to our community also. So with this, I will finish my presentation today. I don't know it is fulfilled to you or not. So thank you. I will take any question if you.
Thank you, sir. Participants, do you have any questions?
Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon. Sometimes the display of screen does not appear, ma'am.
Sir, I think I was having some network issue maybe due to that.
Okay, sir. Okay. Otherwise, the session is very fruitful, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. It helps. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am, for this opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ajit. Thank
Thank you.
you so much. Yeah, really, it's a wonderful session. Hope everyone enjoyed. Okay, very nice. Thanks a lot, Ajit.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Actually, thank you for sparing your time and sharing your knowledge to us. And it was really like, as the problem, the learning is a treasure that follows the owner everywhere. So we also had a very good learning experience today, and it was really an excellent session, sir. And thank you, sir. Thank you for your sharing your knowledge.
Thank you.
And yes, sir. And participants, the feedback link is posted in the chat box. You can fill your feedback. And tomorrow the session will be at 10 o'clock in the morning. Please do join at 10 o'clock. Thank you.
Ma'am, link is not opening, ma'am.
Yes. Yeah, we'll
Link
check.
is not opening.
Well, 1 minute. One second.
Okay.
We'll just check it. No, ma'am. Many of them have already responded.
Wait, again we check it, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. I will check it.
No, ma'am, it's not working for us. Actually, it's no longer accepting message coming. We are trying from more than 10 minutes.
Yeah, just a
Yes,
minute,
ma'am.
sir.
Many times it's saying the same response.
No, just refresh it and check it, ma'am.
Ma'am, check it now.